Welcome back to 150 and more. Today, we are taking a look at the new Venomoth card from Pokemon 151, which is absolutely broken. And yes, I don't use this word lightly, but I have won 6 games in a row on the online ladder with this card. So what this does is that it hits for 30 damage, its attack Perplexing Powder, and it item locks your opponent, so on their next turn, they cannot play any Mirage Gates, any Escape Ropes, any Switches, any Rare Candies, what have you. No item cards can be played on their next turn, which traps them in the active spot thanks to the Spidops EX, which if you have on board, your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost increases by 1, so they cannot retreat, and they stay in the active zone forever as you keep dishing out more and more damage. And let's take a deeper look into how this deck is built. So, taking a quick look at our deck over here, this is the star of today's show, the Venomoth, which for 1 grass energy does 30 damage and makes your opponent's active Pokemon confused. Best of all, they cannot play any item cards, which means no switches, no escape ropes, they just stay trapped in the active spot forever. Also no Mirage Gates to accelerate energy. And the Spidops EX, with its ability, the Trap Territory, your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 energy more. And best of all, this ability stacks, which means if you have 3 Spidops EX in play, your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost goes up by a whopping 3, which is an insane amount of energy to have. And to add more fuel to the fire, we're gonna play 4 copies of the Crushing Hammer, which knocks off energy from our opponent's Pokemon. So even if they do manage to get all of that energy onto their Pokemon, you can just knock it away. We're also playing 4 copies of the Pokemon League Headquarters, which increases the attack cost of basic Pokemon from your opponent by 1. And this affects only basic Pokemon. I want to be extremely clear about that. It doesn't affect, for example, let's say Charizards, but if you can prevent Charizards from getting there in the first place because they can't play any Rare Candies, which is an item card, well, then you're in business. We're also playing 1 Radiant Alakazam, because the aim of this deck is to put damage onto the active with Venomoth and then spread it out onto the bench with the Radiant Alakazam. And so you're going to be taking KOs on the bench, but the active Pokemon is just going to stay there forever, trapped. We also play the MEW EX, which is just a great card to have. It's a great addition from 151. And so without further ado, let's jump right in. Before that, leave a like, subscribe down below, and let's see how this deck performs. Hopping into our very first game with Venomoth and Spidops with these beautiful flowery sleeves, green and purple, perfect for such a toxic Pokemon. They represent flowers, but they're very poisonous flowers, as you will see. It's great to go first, just because you have 2 stage 1 Pokemon in play, Venomoth and Spidops, that you want to get on board as soon as possible, so you can start doing the things that you want to do. So I think we get to choose. Yes, we will choose to go first. We really want to see a Tarountula and a Venonat here. That would be ideal. And we couldn't have asked for a better hand, really. So we could play Venonat in the active. We could bench another Tarountula. Looks like we're playing against Lost Box. So I'm gonna bench the Mew here. Maybe the Manaphy too, because, well, we don't know if it's Lostina that doesn't use the water or a Lost Box that does use water. In any case, I should maybe wait on benching the Manaphy. Yeah, so let's just end turn here, see what they have. I don't want to overbench, knowing it would be nice to know what we're up against first. Next turn, I'm thinking we can Ultra Ball for a Venomoth. Or Colress. Colress could work as well. It depends on how far they get in lost cards this turn. So far they have 1 card, 2, maybe 3 this turn. Hopefully no Colress. Excuse my gruff voice, I'm not what I usually sound like, just because I've had a bad cold. So it's a little hard to talk with that, but you know, I'm gonna be fine. I'm having so much fun with this deck. I couldn't wait for another day to get better. It's just so good. I have to show you this. I had to show you this like right away. And is the Lost Dart. So we don't have to bench the Manaphy, which is great. We can Ultra Ball that away. With Lost Dart, I don't think they play any energy. Sorry, I don't think it, of course they play energy. I don't think they play any water energy. That's what I meant. So we can Ultra Ball first. Maybe it's better to Colress, since we could draw one of the cards that we want off of the Colress. There it goes. So we have the Venomoth here. We have the DTE. We can discard the Iono, since we have no energies in hand. And then off of the Ultra Ball, we can get ourselves a Spidops. So there's the Venomoth. There's the energy on top of that. I'm gonna throw away one Manaphy. Maybe I do want to save the Iono for later, but it's also good to get two Spidops in play, although we've already discarded one Iono, so maybe I think it's better to hold on to one Iono. So let's get rid of those two. Get ourselves a Spidops EX with its ability Trap Territory and this magnificent attack Perplexing Powder, which is going to do 30, and they just cannot retreat because their retreat cost is 2, so they're going to have to attach 2 energy to do anything. They could always use a jet energy, but they can't attach 1 more energy, so at maximum they're going to get 2 more in their lost zone this turn, unless they have a Colress. But no switch cards, no escape ropes, no item cards. That also means no rare candies to evolve these Charmanders into Charizards. So I'm glad we got to go up against Lost Box for our first game and Lost Zard. We always have this DTE, which we held on to be able to retreat. So we're just gonna use that on our Spidops. We're gonna retreat back into the Venomoth. We're gonna Iono them. See 6 fresh cards. We have Crushing Hammers for next turn. So here, I think I just want to use the Ultra Ball. Get ourselves the Radiant Alakazam, because we're gonna start putting damage onto their bench. So I'm gonna Painful Spoons away, 10 onto this, 10 onto this, and I'm gonna Perplexing Powder. This is crazy. This is all we're going to do for all the games. We're just gonna keep putting 30 damage, taking 20 off, putting it on their bench, and they just cannot do anything. The best part about Spidops, and I'm gonna double confirm this, but this ability stacks. So if you have 2 Spidops in play, their retreat cost is gonna be 2 more, which is why I didn't want to throw the Tarountula initially, but I had to do that to get a Spidops, at least in play. Next turn, if they attach an energy, we're just gonna Crushing Hammer that off, and then we're gonna research. Okay, so they do have a jet energy, good for them, but again, cannot retreat. And we're gonna knock that right off with our Crushing Hammer. That's just music from outside my window. I live in a very busy area of New York, so you know, that's just the city doing that's the charm. Okay, so Crushing Hammer once again. There you go. No retreating for you. So I'm gonna first use Painful Spoons. So we're gonna move damage off of this onto the Salamander. Let's see. I'm gonna research anyway, so might as well get something back. So let's just put one Tarountula back in. We don't really need the Manaphy. I will first use restart to see 2 more cards. Ooh, 2 bosses orders. I really don't want to see that. I do not want to discard 2 boss. So maybe what I can do is I can trap this Greninja in the active, so they can't even flower select. So let's just boss up the Greninja. Use Perplexing Powder. And just chill. It's crazy how good this deck is. They can conceal cards, but you know, you're just throwing away more energy. None of the item cards are gonna get you out of this. They gave us an Artisan, which is good for us as well. They just had to get rid of the league headquarters, I think. But as far as I know, they don't play any water energy. Beautiful. So let's go off of the Artisan here, thin out our deck a little bit before using research. Let's get ourselves another Venonat. I'm gonna have to research this time. We can get ourselves another Tarountula, and there you have it. They just cannot do anything. It's really hard for them to do something, and that's our first victory of the day. Let's hop in quickly into game number 2 over here. If you like the video so far, be like this Snorlax and like and subscribe so you too can consume more content. You're gonna be climbing the ladder really quickly if you play with this deck, because it's just insane. Like, I have never won 6 or 7 games. I lost count. Like, I've won so many games in a row with this. It was absolutely insane. Like, even Guardy and Turbo Lost Fox haven't gotten me that many wins in a row. And it's this meme card almost, but it's not a meme, right? Like, you just playing this like shows you how powerful it is. It's such a good card that they made. And it's super fun to play. It would be a nightmare to play against this because there's so many micro decisions that you need to keep taking in order to, and you really need to know what your opponent's gonna do in order to, you know. As for playing this at a League Cup or a League Challenge, I don't know. I think people are gonna be much smarter when it comes to that. Also, I don't want to get too many draws because this deck, what it basically does, it's a slow grind out game, right? So you don't want too many draws. So I don't know if I'll play this to a League Cup, but it's certainly been a blast on the ladder. Looks like we're going to go up against Zard over here, which is perfect for us. Probably gonna Colress next turn because of the Ultra Ball in hand. We have the League headquarters, beautiful. So Colress gets us a Venonat, a Nest Ball, a Spidops. We don't need the Manaphy really. So these are the 3 cards I am choosing to keep. Thing is, do I keep? No, I think let's just stick with these 3 for now. Yeah. So bench the Nat. We could get another Nat off of this. Or better yet, we could get the Mew. Mew's not too bad. We could switch into that. Hope that they don't KO us next turn with their Charizard, which I think, let's see. I don't know what's the right card to get here. I'm guessing I could get the Mew. Yeah, let's get the Mew. Let's switch into that. So we protect our precious Tarountula. Let's attach that. We could put down the League headquarters. Or do I want to Ultra Ball, use the Ultra Ball on that? That's a tough one. Maybe, yeah, maybe we just put that down and chill. Let's just wait for next turn. Ooh, they have the Zard. Not good to see that. Probably shouldn't have gotten the Mew. I was taking a bet there. Yeah, maybe it was good to get a Venonat off of there. Just give that up for KO. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that's not ideal. But it's okay. It is what it is. Gonna put the Venonat down. I have another energy, which honestly, do I even want to Ultra Ball? Maybe I can attach an energy to the Spidops here and then just Iono. Don't really want to throw away the rod. And there we go. So it begins. Crushing Hammer. We're gonna knock off an energy off of this Charizard EX. And we're just gonna Perplexing Powder. We're hitting for weakness here, which is good, but doesn't do much. We want to keep our opponent trapped in the active for as long as possible with this deck. So really what we're looking to do is do less damage and keep spreading it out with Radiant Alakazam. That's really what we want to do here. It's beautiful. I'm glad that they Iono'd me. That's what I want to see. And the attack's gonna succeed. But that's okay, because we have Spidops in hand. We can first get a Nest Ball to grab ourselves a Venonat. Let's see, we have 2 more Spidops, 3 more Venomoths. I'm gonna bench this Tarountula. League Headquarters still in play, so maybe I shouldn't get rid of 2 stadiums, but if they're attacking with the Charizard anyway. Oh, this attack is 30 more for each. So our opponent's retreat cost is 3, right? So if it's 3, that means it's 90 plus. So we're gonna KO the Charizard. That is absolutely crazy. This is so cool. So we're gonna first Ultra Ball. Since we're gonna use research anyway, we're gonna get ourselves a Venonat, 1 more of those. Radiant Alakazam sadly is prized, but we're hopefully gonna draw it off of this Charizard here. We have another Ultra Ball in hand with 2 Battle VIP passes, which is beautiful. We're doing 360 to it, so let's go ahead and do that. Wire Hang. Bye-bye Charizard. I never thought I would be using Spidops EX as an attacker, but hey, there you go. With so many Charizards in the format, this is awesome too. Maybe it's a good idea to play a Heavy Ball because there are so many important pieces in this, so maybe I could reduce one of my Crushing Hammers for a copy of the Heavy Ball instead, just to get ourselves like the Alakazam. Having the Alakazam here would just be great. So Mew EX doesn't do much, neither does the Radiant Charizard because its energy cost increases by 1 more. They have the Pidgeot, but they don't have any Charmanders in play, so that's good for now. Restart, absolutely broken ability. They're hoping to get things done with the Radiant Charizard here, and we are weak to that, so that's not good. But we have the Crushing Hammer in hand, so hey, you never know. We're just gonna knock off all of those energies. They need 3 energies to pull off Combustion Blast. There's the other Charmander. I really want to get the Venomoth in play. So hopefully we're gonna get the Venomoth here. Perfect. That is just what we want. Probably gonna have to Colress. We got ourselves the Venomoth. All we need now is another energy. So let's see. Yeah, let's just Colress. Get ourselves an energy. Perfect. There's 2 of those there. We have another Spidops EX, which is beautiful. And Iono that we don't... yeah, I think we don't really need the Iono right now. Unless... well, they have Pidgeot anyway, so... Is it good to get the Iono? Yeah, I think this is okay. Let's use Crushing Hammer. Sadly, it's tails, but that's okay. We're surviving. We're thriving here, actually. Should have put the Mew back in with the Super Rod. I'm forgetting, was that last game or that? Never mind. So nothing more to do here. I could get another Venomoth, so maybe I'll do that. Throw away this and this. Yeah. I'll just get another Moth in for next turn. And I'll use Perplexing Powder. For 30 damage, no retreat for you. Now their retreat cost is 3. So they need to attach 3 energy to the Mew in order to retreat. So yeah, and no Charizard for them either. And we don't want to, mind you, we don't want to KO the Mew. We just want to trap it in the active. So next turn we do that with Entei. So we're just gonna boss up the Entei and just keep putting damage onto that for as long as we can. We're gonna deck out before our opponent over here, so don't want that to happen. They've used their V-Star power. I don't know what they could have possibly drawn that gets them out of this sticky situation. Or maybe they just forgot that they can't use any item cards. I think that's what happened. They're trying to go for a Radiant Charizard. Sorry, a Candy and what do I want to say here? They want to go for a Rare Candy and a Charizard, but I think they're gonna find out that they can't evolve it. They can't play any item cards from their hand, which is absolutely insane. So I think since they think they've got us, but sadly they haven't, because we have a Switch, we also have a DT. It's better to do it with the Switch. So I'm thinking we just, instead of KOing the Mew here, allows them to attack with Radiant Charizard next turn. So I don't want that to happen. So, okay. First of all, like before anything, let me just Colress first. Let's keep the Iono, the League Headquarters, and an energy. Yeah, that's probably the way to go here. I'm throwing away a boss, might regret that later, but that's alright. So League Headquarters makes the cost of Combustion Blast to be 6 effectively, and then if we've taken 3 prize cards, they still need 1 more energy. Which they could have, but I'm willing to give up one of my Venomoths Yeah, let's just, because I would rather see the Radiant Alakazam here. The Alakazam being prized is not great, so I want to get a prize card. Sadly, it is not the Radiant Alakazam, but hey, we get Mew back with this Super Rod. So Mew, and then we can Iono them if they KO my Venomoth. Yeah, that's a good idea, I think. Mew comes to their active. Pushing the Spidops EX. Ooh, if the Spidops EX goes down, then it's gonna get a little tricky because they're down to one prize card. Oh, but they attach to the Entei? That makes no sense. Dude, they had knockout on my Spidops. That would have won them the game. Okay. Well, that's fine by me. I'm just gonna use the DT. Go back into my Venomoth and let's see what the best thing to trap here is. Entei requires 3 energies, so they need 2 more on the Entei, so I could boss that up. Yeah, I don't want them to figure out the play with the Radiant Charizard anytime soon, so I'm just gonna pull the Entei down. I am going to put back another, let's see, what do we need? We've thrown away a Venonat, so maybe a Venonat and another Venomoth goes back in. Yeah, I don't really need the grass energy, so I think this is good for now. And let's just Perplexing Powder. I would love to get some Crushing Hammers here off of the next thing I'm gonna do, which is obviously the Iono. Oh, okay. I think, okay, they found the play with the Zard. So good for them. They're still attaching to the, this makes no sense. Like, dude, you can knock me out with your Radiant Charizard right now. Maybe they're scared that the Spidops will KO them, but honestly, I don't think that's so bad. I just get 1 prize off that. They get to knock out my Venomoth, and then they can use item cards in the next turn. They've built up such a big hand already. Yeah, I really don't understand the logic here. But hey, it is what it is. I feel slightly afraid of decking out before my opponent does over here. But hopefully they're gonna give us a concession. Just getting fed up with playing against this. Okay. So they finally learned that they can't use the rare candy anymore. And there comes the Combustion Blast, which is a-okay by me. Maybe I think the play here is to use the Spidops, but then that gets them the Charizard. I do not want that, so maybe hope for the best with this. Yeah, we can bench another Nat. Iono them down to 2. We have another boss. Good to see that. Hits. Perfect. Gonna knock off an energy off of this. Bye-bye. And just Perplexing Powder. So now next turn I'm thinking we can trap their Charmeleon in the active. If ever they do get a Charizard, which they will, we can still KO them with the Spidops. But then the Radiant Zard KOs me, and then they win. So that's not a good play. Maybe trapping the Entei is the best play here. Yeah, that's what I think the way to go is. Trap the Entei. Okay, so nothing much to be done this turn. Let's just end turn. There comes the Zard. I didn't want to boss up anything that turn because I want to reserve it for when they find the Zard, attach energy, and then I can decide what to boss up. I love this animation with the confusing things going around in a circle. Let's see if the confusion helps. And now if they stay confused, we can boss up the Entei. Entei V. They did attach one more energy, so they've figured out what's going on. Oh, maybe I can trap the Mew. Yeah, trapping the Mew seems like the better idea here. Or the Pidgeot. Yeah, Pidgeot more so. So let's just do that. Boss up the Pidgeot. Its retreat cost is 2. And it cannot even attack, because I think they just don't have that many energy. How many Ionos do we have left? We've used 1, 2, and I think 1 in the, okay, shucks. So I think we are going to deck out before our opponent. Well, depends on whether they realize, and okay. So they're getting more cards from their deck, which is great. Good for us, get as many cards as possible. We're just gonna end our turns. There's literally nothing that we have to do. Now they're gonna deck out before us. Beautiful. And we have the Super Rod also. So that is amazing to see. We have nothing to worry about. We're big chilling. So I'm gonna Super Rod back 2 energies because we want to retreat. And I might also grab myself, yeah, it doesn't really matter what I do. And let's just end turn. 2 Spidops in play. They need 2 energies, both attached to their Pidgeot EX to do anything. And by now, if they had energies, I think they would have gotten it off of Quick Search, but clearly they don't, so they're gonna deck out. This deck is evil. It doesn't matter, you've used up too many cards. We're of course not gonna use any supporters. This is kind of boring, so I'm probably gonna cut all of this part out where I just have to do the waiting game, but you know, slowly decking out.
2 hours later.
I think they've realized it, but okay. There you go. And just like that, we got our second win against Charizard. So that's how beautiful this deck is. Let's play a third game. I'm excited. I could honestly like keep playing this for hours. Gonna do one last game for the day. Ooh, same sleeves as us and a Gardevoir coin. It would be great if we can go up against Gardy, because while playing with Gardy, the key is to get the Greninja in the active and trap it there, because they can't Psychic Embrace energy onto it. I would be really excited to show a game with Gardy. They failed the coin toss, good for us, we want to go first. And hopefully, I would love to show you a Gardy matchup. Mulligan, both of us mulligan, but we'll get to see what they play. Okay, and we're up against Gardevoir. Beautiful, just what we want to see. We have two Battle VIP passes in hand. Hopefully our Alakazam isn't prized. We also have the energy, which is beautiful to see. So Alakazam is here, Venonat's here, the whole squad's here. We can hold off on getting the Mew, don't really need that just as yet. I want to get these two, and with the other VIP pass, I want to get another Venonat and a Tarountula. Yeah, that's probably the right choice. And I can just attach an energy over here and wait. Crushing Hammer, not too useful, just helps them get energy in the discard pile, so not particularly useful in the Gardevoir matchup. Also, the Pokemon League headquarters doesn't do too much, so this is our toughest matchup by far. I think so, at least. There comes the Mew. Hopefully they get the Greninja on board so we can trap that in the active. I did that in the last game I played against Gardy, which I didn't record. But we were able to deck them out just by trapping the Greninja in the active. There's our Alakazam in the active. Not good to see that. But hopefully we draw a switch card off of this. I might get a Nest Ball here instead of the Colress, since we have one more in hand already. So a Nest Ball and a Spidops, give me that. And off of this, maybe we could get the Mew. But again, not sure if I want to get the Mew or get something else. Probably it makes more sense to get the Mew. Get our full board state going. We can evolve the Spidops right now. We could play down the Pokemon League headquarters. Yeah, and just entered. Should have probably not played the Pokemon League headquarters just yet, but I'm worried about a Cresselia coming onto the board. If they knock out my Alakazam, I can always Super Rod it back, which wouldn't be too bad. Getting an Ultra Ball, probably gonna get the Gardevoir this turn. If I were them, I would get the Shining Arcana. Okay, they're getting the Curlia. That's not bad either. They have a beautiful hand. Wow. Getting the Curlia there made more sense if you had the research in hand for sure. They're thinning out their deck pretty fast, which is good for us to see. Although I would love for it to go a little faster. They're smart. Either their Greninja is prized or they haven't put it on board because they know what this deck can do. We want to see a switch card of this next Colress so we can get going. How many energy in the discard? Okay, 3. 3 is fine. A DT would be great. A switch. We have several outs, so I'm not particularly worried. There comes another Kirlia. They have a great board state so far. Colress gets me an Iono, a Crushing Hammer, maybe another Spidops. That's nice. I can start attaching energy here. I could always knock off the reversal energy. That's the one energy I don't mind knocking off because they can't get it back. And I think I just wait again. This is a long game, but hopefully we can Iono next turn, draw into a switch or an energy and a Venomoth, which we definitely do need. But I'm glad to have gotten 2 Spidops EX in play. Now the retreat cost for the Mew has gone up by 2, so it's effectively 3. And that's not too easy. You can never Psychic Embrace 3 energy onto the Mew because that would mean it gets knocked out, which is just not possible. There's the Pokemon I'm most afraid of here, the Cresselia. Really don't want to see that. Okay, so this could be dangerous for us because they could put 120 damage on something, and that could very well be this Venonat here. So we don't want them attacking with Cresselia this turn. Hopefully they don't achieve that. They have 4 energy in the discard so far, but they have 2 Shining Arcanas, which means they could attach to the Mew. Let's see how many they draw. Thankfully, the Radiant Alakazam is safe, which is important since this is a deck that does damage to itself, and they're thinning out their deck a lot. So they're down to 12 cards, which is super nice to see. There's 3 energy onto the Mew, probably gonna retreat now into the Cresselia. I'm not gonna knock my Venonat out, but that is okay by me. There comes the Cresselia. And they're gonna take my poor Venonat out. Worker and boss go back, fine. There goes my Venonat, clearly the right choice there. Oof, that's a hard decision, right? Yikes. Yeah, no, I think this is fine. Let's use the Crushing Hammer. Sadly, we flip tails. That's okay. We can put the energy on this. We can Super Rod back a Venonat and an energy, although I might want to hold off on that. Don't want to waste the Super Rod quite yet. And we sadly don't have the Venomoth. Where are all my Venomoths? I didn't check my deck, but they couldn't all be prized, right? That would be absolutely insane. We'll get another Venonat on board. This is just sad to see. They're gonna knock another one of my Venonats again, the one that the energy is attached to. So probably it was more correct to attach the energy onto the Alakazam here. But again, I thought we might draw into a switch card. No switch cards, no Venomoths. This is not a good hand. But hey, if they distribute all of their energy onto their Shining Arcanas and the Cresselia, we could just boss up something like the Gardevoir EX. And then they would have no more energy, right? And they're thinning out their deck considerably. So there comes another Gardevoir EX. Only 10 cards left. Can we win here? That is the question. One thing that this deck does lack is draw support, which is why we play so many Colresses and Ionos and Researches. But it still feels a little lacking because, and that's fine given that your win con most of the times is to deck your opponent out. They're gonna go for my Alakazam here. Or my Mew. Okay, that's not bad. That's actually good. I can work with that. Okay. We're in business here. We're chilling. So Brainwave knocks out the Mew. That's absolutely fine. Gonna promote this Venonat. Let's see, they have 3 more energy in the discard. We got the Venomoth off of the top of this, which is awesome. Let's see, 4, 5 energy here, 1, 2, 3. So we could boss up the Mew, start putting damage onto that, and then moving it off. Yep, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna boss up the Mew here. There you go. I want to keep moving energy. Let's see, do I move energy off of the Shining Arcana or off of the Cresselia? I think the right thing to do is to move the energy, or sorry, to move the damage to a place which has no energy attached, because we don't want all of this energy to go back into the discard pile. So I'm gonna Painful Spoons away 2 damage from the Gardevoir onto the Cresselia. Beautiful. I might want to attach, I'll wait for attaching the DTE. They could again boss something up, which wouldn't be great to see. So I'm gonna Perplexing Powder and just hold my hand for now. This DT is super useful to get out of sticky situations where they boss something up. They've put one boss back with the PAL pad, and they just bossed up my Mew, so they still have 2 in deck, which is a little annoying. They probably will Shining Arcana again. We want to get damage off of this Mew onto the Cresselia again. Keep this trapped in the active. Okay. So now there's a dilemma, right? Do we even knock this Mew out? The answer is probably not. Okay. So let's see, what's the energy count here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 5, 9 energies. 9 energy with the reversal makes me think that might be the energy count, although I don't want to take the chance. They could still have one more energy in deck in order to retreat the Mew. They pull off an attack, good for them. But that just is 30 damage. That's fine. If they don't have an energy in hand right now, which I think, I'm willing to take the risk of them not having an energy on hand right now. So I'm going to play down the Pokemon League headquarters. This is potentially a tricky play, but I'm going to Painful Spoons away 2 damage from their active Mew. Oh, I don't... Dang it. I shouldn't have done that, because now they can attach an energy and retreat. That was a misplay. Oh my god. Okay. Oh no, okay. I can still reverse it. Okay. Good. We're chilling. Move 10 damage from over here onto this Cresselia. And then we just wait again, because we want them to deck out. Even if they use Shining Arcana, if they don't have the energy in hand, they won't be able to retreat. No more energy left in deck, just what I thought. So they're playing 9 energy in total, so no way to get the Mew out of the active, no way to attack this turn either. So we let them just deck out. Okay, that I think was a misplay on their part. One more card left in deck. Can we get the win here? Yep, there's nothing that they can do. What they should have really done is attach the reversal energy here and retreated the Mew. But I think they have... Oh, they have an Iono. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, lost track of the Ionos there. We got another Venomoth, which isn't too bad. And with this new boss that we have in hand, we're now going to trap the Cresselia, and there is no way for them to work around that. At least I don't think so. Or we could just, boss this up. And there's no way for them to do anything with that either. So yeah, I think we're going to win here. I'm just going to boss up this Gardevoir over here. I want to Painful Spoons away 2 damage from the Shining Arcana onto the Cresselia. Maybe I could have knocked the Mew out there, but I don't want to get energy into the discard pile for them to attach to the Gardevoir EX. And now I could thin out my deck just a little bit more with the Nest Ball. Okay, no more basics left, that's fine. I'll wait for the attachment, and we just Perplexing Powder once again. And we just wait for 7 more turns, let them deck out, and that is how beautiful this deck is. It's just a waiting game. But fine by me. Even if they put my Spidops EX in the active, there's really nothing that they can do, because they can't retreat. There you go. Just like that, we have the concession. And that just shows how powerful the deck is. We beat Lost Zone Charizard, we beat Charizard, and we beat Gardy with this deck. So I'm very happy to have showcased these 3 games for you guys. I hope you liked my video. Please hit the like button if you did like it. Subscribe for more content like this. And see you next time on another episode of 150 and more. Till then, take care.